Meanwhile, South Africans are divided on whether the ANC will deliver on election promises. Also, around 59% of those surveyed believe the EFF's policies were too radical, that figure rising to 33% among EFF supporters. Coming up now to speak more on the upcoming election in South Africa is Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Institute for Security Studies, Jakkie Cilliers. Jakkie, thank you very much for joining us. Tell us more about this special votes and ongoing preparations and plans for the elections.
Good day. Yes, thank you very much. Well, South Africa runs professional and independent elections, so the preparations by the Independent Electoral Commission have been thorough and there have been no hitches, really. So today were all the special votes. Those were, as you said, people that can't go and vote tomorrow. And tomorrow at 7 o'clock, the voting stations open. And I expect that we'll have the results by, I think Saturday would be the final results would be in. But I think by the end of Thursday, we'll have a very good idea of who's going to rule South Africa.
All right, so these special votes, it means that officials have to go house to house to get people to vote, especially those that are disabled. Are you not concerned about the fact that this might lead to some form of inducement, making the voter vote for who he doesn't want to vote for?
No, I
or some compromise in one way or the other?
I don't really think so. There are two types of special voters. Some of them, those that are infirm or can't go to the voting station, they are visited at their houses. People like Archbishop Desmond Tutu, I think, was somebody that was visited and he voted at his house. And then there are people that just cannot vote tomorrow, that for whatever reason they may be working, like the police or the military. So they would be voting today. So those are the two types of special votes that we have. I think that South Africa has established a well-earned reputation that our elections are free and fair, and that the associated processes are very, very well established. In previous elections, we've had no comeback on our special votes, and this is a standard practice in South Africa. So I think that there may be disruptions tomorrow, particularly around protests, around service delivery, which has happened quite often in South Africa lately. But apart from those concerns, I think generally that the special votes have generally gone off today very well, and I think that in the past they haven't been a problem.
Now, almost 50 parties presented candidates, but the three major parties, that is the ANC, the DA, and the EFF, will seek to get maximum votes. The big issue is, will the ANC get enough of a majority to strengthen Cyril Ramaphosa's project to clean up the government, state-owned enterprises, and the party, all of which have been damaged by corruption?
The ANC currently has 62% in parliament. And I think generally the expectation is that the party will not achieve 62%. It will get lower than that. But the polls have been all over the place. Nobody really knows what the results are going to be tomorrow. It's really quite exciting in that sense. But the general expectation would be that the ANC is going to lose a few percentage points. And that is despite the popularity of President Ramaphosa. President Ramaphosa is very popular in South Africa. But the ANC has lost significant traction because of the corruption and state capture that we have seen. The Democratic Alliance, the figures in the polls indicate that it could either, it has about 22%, 23% at national level. It may get about the same, it may do a little bit worse. The polls are very unpredictable with the DA. They depend a lot on can they turn their voters out. If they have a high turnout, they will do better. But they govern the Western Cape province. They're a little bit under threat. The EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters, have got 6% national.
All right, Jakkie Cilliers, thank you very much. We would have loved to talk more on this, but for want of time, thank you so much for talking to us.